Good morning. It's turned out nice again. Hey, how's it going, guys? You all right? Well, it's a new day. It's a new day. Where's my tea bags? There. I've just been to, I was going to say chemist. Why would I say chemist? I've just been to the post office to collect some Yorkshire tea biscuit brew tea bags that John McCafferty, one of my loyal followers on here, sent me from England. And the postman left a slip in the door. The postman left a slip, and he didn't leave it in the door, in the post box or whatever, saying, you got a parcel or a package to come and get from the post office. So with it being Monday, I thought I'll shoot up there, be organised, go and get the tea bag, sort it out. They weren't even there. It was just another slip of paper. So the postman left a slip of paper for me to go and collect another slip of paper that told me that I have to go online and fill in a customs import thing or something. That's because of you lot with Brexit. Seriously, just having some tea bags sent out here used to be a doddle. Now, you've got to fill paperwork in. It's just ridiculous. And last time John sent some tea bags over, I ended up spending about €20 on import taxes. What's going on? Brexit. So I'm fuming that been on because the post office is a bit of a trek. But we'll sort it, John. We'll do it. I'm going to fill that form in today. Look, guys, you guys have to know these sort of things, right? Don't be coming on here going, it takes you 20 minutes to get to the point. This channel is a family, all right? If you don't like it, go and watch some Top Red somewhere. You all right? Yeah, good. Let's talk Jude Bellingham. Yeah, let's talk Jude Bellingham for a change. Hang on a minute, let's let the tea brew a little bit longer. Hey, thanks to those of you that came along to the stream on Saturday night on here. It was fantastic, as Brendan Rodgers would say. Oh, Brendan, he got the bullet, didn't he? Brendan Rodgers. What were they thinking? Yeah, so thanks for that. I don't know if I'm doing a stream this Saturday. I probably will, because I've got nothing else better to do in my life. And I enjoy the streams with you guys. We have a really, really, really good time. And it was great to get the likes of Adam Naylor from YouTube, great Liverpool supporter on YouTube, the only YouTube channel I watch to do with Liverpool Football Club. And Seano and Jay Garrett jumped on a call as well. They all jumped on calls. Martin Mason. We did telephone miserable Martin, but he hung up. Miserable Martin. Anyway, let's go. So I've just got back from the post office, making a cup of tea, and I'm going to go to my office and we'll get on with Liverpool stuff and that, yeah, guys. So yeah, we're not talking about the last Liverpool game or anything. I want to talk to you about Jude Bellingham because Paul Joyce has come out with this article where he's touched on Bellingham. Sometimes I say Bellamy in error. So if I ever say Bellamy, you know what I'm talking about. No, Bellingham has come up in conversation again with Paul Joyce. For those of you that maybe haven't seen my last couple of videos, I feel positive about signing him. I do. I still feel positive. I know when Joyce and Ornstein came out with those articles when we dropped out of the Champions League, everybody's mood dropped and like, oh, we're not going to get him, typical FSG, this is going to happen, that's not, and all that. And I understand that, why people would feel that way. And while some people are up here, one extreme going, oh, we signed him ages ago, it's all been agreed but not revealed yet, and all them lunatics right up here. And then we've got them ones right down here that are like, FSG out, it's never going to happen, they're never going to pay for it, which you can understand with totally. And then you've got the middle. Well, I'm not even in the middle. I am further towards positivity at the moment. But as I said in my videos last week, you listen, I can say that right now to you in a video. I can leave here, go and read an email, and then have a completely different opinion. So we're going to have to do this on an ongoing, daily basis, if you like, or every time we mention Bellingham, I will... say what I think. And at the moment, or last week, I certainly felt still upbeat that I think we've got a chance of doing it. However, Joyce has now, come out with some comment about Bellingham again. Remember, Joyce previously was quite dampened the mood a little bit by suggesting that, it might not happen. You know, I'm sure, I don't need to go and explain to you what he said last time. I'm sure you all know. So the bits that I've just like going to focus on from his, I'm not going to read his entire article out or anything like that. He says there is a chance that the arrival of Jude Bellingham and simply turning the page on this abysmal campaign solves all those squalid, Rafa, squalid inadequacies. If Klopp believes that, then Liverpool will go all in to land a Borussia Dortmund and England midfielder. That statement there, guys, is massive. If you don't, like, I don't know, just you got to trust me, right? I've been around these parts for a long time now, 25 years. Have I ever told you that, right? You learn, and you know who certain journalists are connected to, and you have to check their mood and things that they say. And the whole quotes or, from this article that I'm going to read to you might not be overwhelming or, so you might not be like buzzing by the time I finish reading all of it to you. But that statement there is really key. It really is key, right? I'm going to say it to you again. If Klopp believes, if is a massive word here. If Klopp, nobody else, Klopp believes that, right? That, that he could be the one that, it solves everything. Bellingham solves everything. If Klopp believes that, then Liverpool will go all in to land the Borussia Dortmund and England midfielder. All right? We're going to come back to that because it's relevant, the rest of it. Before the weekend, Bellingham was keen on the idea of moving to Anfield. We know this, right? And Dortmund's shellacking by Bayern Munich on Saturday demonstrates how the natural order has been restored in the Bundesliga. Yet with every passing week, every rallying call that goes unheeded, and every mistake that is repeated, it must cause Klopp concern that he may need far more than a silver bullet signing who would monopolise so much of his transfer kitty. That's where it gets a little bit more depressing. The manager misjudged his resources last summer, choosing not to strengthen in midfield, and he simply cannot afford to get key decisions wrong this time around. Guys, I don't like my tea too strong. You'll have to wait a sec. Thank you. Just like the team who were once easily identifiable, Liverpool as a club desperately need to return to the clever decision-making that fueled their rise, but in the knowledge that some of the personnel who were involved in those processes, the former sporting director, Michael Edwards, for example, are no longer in situ. Let me just read that again to myself. But the knowledge that some of the personnel were involved in those processes. Right, okay. So, I get that. You understood that, right? Okay, I just need you to check on that. For now, Liverpool, stand at a crossroads rather than deep in crisis. What does this mean, Dung? Right. Intuition only, right? Let me get where's my cup of tea? Gotta have a drink. Oh, I love them tea bags, they're amazing. Right. So, some people that maybe don't follow everything, right, like myself and some of you guys, maybe just read an article and just skip through that and take positives and negatives. I'm deep, right? I read things and think, why am I reading that? Who does it benefit? What's the message? What prompted that article in the first place? So when you see a journalist publish an article about Liverpool, I always think, well, why have they done that? Who've they spoken to? Who've they spoken to recently? What's that all about? Do you know what I mean? So, the key message here, and I'll try and keep this video not too long, which probably means it'll only be about an hour long. If Klopp believes, right, then Liverpool will go all in. So, in other words, if Klopp thinks he's the man that is the answer to this, he can build a team around eventually or in time or whatever, they will go for it and they will try and make it happen. And I think it will happen, right? I don't think Real Madrid think he's going to go there, right? But they're so far up their own you-know-what. Right? They think everyone just wants to play for Real Madrid. And a lot of the reports that originate from Spain, you shouldn't ignore them or dismiss them. But a lot of the propaganda that comes through, from Madrid is basically Real Madrid's PR arm, if you like, yeah? A bit like we have our journalists concerning Liverpool Football Club that that we call the clique, right? We don't need to go in all that. Just I wouldn't worry too much about what Real Madrid say, right? They claim, or the media here in Spain claims, that Bellingham wants to go to Real Madrid, but it's his family that want to go to Liverpool, or back to England, should I say. Not Liverpool, they didn't say Liverpool, to England. So that is your disclaimer, isn't it? That's like, well, we really wanted him. He wanted to come here, but he wanted to keep his family happy, and that's why he ended up at Liverpool. Man City, right? We know we can't compete with Man City financially. Well, we can, but we're just not going to, right? It's just, they will not behave like that. And in some ways, I kind of agree with that, right? Because I don't like bidding wars and all that, right? So I think in terms of personal wages, personal packages, personal terms, I don't think Bellingham comes across as some of the players that are at Manchester City that are just out there for the money. So Liverpool offer him 350,000 a week, they offer him 351,000 a week, and he goes there because he's getting more money. I don't get that. I don't believe that. Not get that. I don't believe that. I don't think this is about money. There are, of course, like opportunity to win things. But, Liverpool have proven that they can win things, and Jurgen Klopp can win things if he's backed, and that's the problem. And I think the ownership situation at the moment could potentially affect, possible transfers, and we have to consider that because, you've got your sporting director gone or going, no one's coming in to deal with that yet. How does he sell the club to, to potential transfer targets? Because they'll say, well, what's the plan? And he'll go, well, I'm not going to be around, to be honest with you. Well, why are you leaving? You know what I mean? So that we need stability at Anfield. They have to sort out the sporting director situation as soon as possible. I'm very concerned about that, to be honest. And they have to sort out one way or another what's happening with investment. Either we're not doing it, we're going to continue as we are. At least we can be put out of our misery or whatever, okay? Or whether it's minor investment or whatnot. So if Klopp believes that Bellingham, who wants to play for Liverpool, all right, if he believes he's the answer, then there's a good chance it's going to happen, guys, right? However, that somebody has told Joyce that, right? You know that, right? Don't you, guys? Yeah? You know that. Yeah. And when I say someone, I don't mean like just, some random individual. This has come from, I reckon I know where it's come from, right? But it's come from the higher, parts of within Liverpool Football Club, not FSG, all right? That doesn't mean that they're not FSG, but people that are involved in the day-to-day running of Liverpool Football Club rather than that lot over there. So it must cause Klopp concern that he may need far more than a silver bullet signing. He misjudged his resources last summer. The key word here being resources, right? And got it wrong, yeah? And what we're talking about now, this is the journalist trying to put that into your head about resources this year and getting the right decisions. So, yes, you might sign Bellingham, but then you will lose a great amount of your spending power in the summer to do other things. That's basically what this is about, guys, right? So that's what it's about. And also there is reference there, which I think is really, I found it a little bit strange, a little bit suspicious. I can't think, I don't know what the journalist is getting at here, Joyce, where he mentions that, Michael Edwards, the former sporting director, is no longer in situ, who contributed to, the club making all these brilliant signings. It's kind of like, but the guy that's in the jobs now is not as good as him. That's basically what it's like. You could say, well, hang on, that's a bit unfair. Maybe he's making reference to Ward leaving. But why didn't he just say, well, Ward's leaving then, and there is no new sporting director? He name-check Edwards, right? So, again, I think that's, pure speculation. I do not know. I think that Joyce says, someone said to Joyce and gone, well, it's not like we got Edwards and we got him, haven't we? And he's off anyway. He's not as, that's what I just think, like a little passing comment like that, and that has been relayed on via that article. Do you know what, guys? I love to get my teeth into stuff like this. I really do. And so that's it. That's it. I don't think we need to waffle on much more, really. That's it. You can switch off now. Right. Yes. There we go. So you got that right. Let me know your thoughts and opinions. I would still express caution because people are messaging me this morning. When I woke up this morning, I had loads of messages, from fans and people that, support the website and everything, the YouTube channel, blah, blah, blah. And they were all like buzzing because they get a little bit of hope and they're like, yay. But I would express caution with that, guys. I won't go down that route of saying, oh, nice one, it's on, because it is saying there has obviously been conversations, right, from the big cheese with the manager about, well, Jurgen, listen, if you want him, he's yours, right? We will do our very best to get him, but that comes at a price. And not just financially in terms of the fee and everything. This comes like it's going to have a knock-on effect to your other stuff. So the decision now, Jurgen Klopp has to decide, do I go for him, right? The big name, the big signing, the absolutely amazing player, and try and wing it with what I've got and a bit of wheeling dealing here and there? Or do I resist the gem, because that will enable me to get some decent players to improve things? What would you do? And I want you to answer this. I want you to think about it before just stating the obvious. Like, Bellingham, we want Bellingham. Yeah, we want Bellingham. But if that is it, if it was just like, well, it's Bellingham and you go, a bit of this and that, what do you think? You see, me, I would go for Bellingham. Absolutely. Because there are some fantastic players available on free transfers in the summer. The only thing is, free transfers don't mean free. All right? Because a holding club may not get, a huge transfer fee, but a player will get a signing on fee, and a substantial one at that. The defender, I forget his name, over in the Bundesliga that we've been linked with. Go to KopTalk.com on the front page, the news page there. You'll see the article on there. And Dicker or whatever he's called, I forget his name. I hate flies, mate. I can't stand them. It sounds like we might not be too interested in that because it sounds like his demands are astronomical. You might go, yeah, typical Liverpool, yeah, but other clubs as well are saying the same thing. And then, maybe a ridiculous club like Man City will go and, go push ahead for it because they can do that and risk it. Anyway, I remain upbeat about this. I remain upbeat. I think I really do think we have a great chance of signing Bellingham, not Bellamy, Bellingham. But if it doesn't come off, we have to watch what happens with Liverpool then, because if it doesn't come off, we have to see, we're expecting a lot of signings then, right? We're like, all right, we don't get Bellingham, then you better impress us with what you're going to do with your squad, all right, with the other stuff. So if you don't get Bellingham, and then we'll leave the summer window closes and we are disappointed, we're raging, we're kicking off, right? So that article, the powers that be, in my opinion, have relayed to the boss, if you want him, he's yours. But if you want to do a lot, we can't do everything, Jurgen, so you're going to have to make a decision about it. What do you think, guys? Let me know what you think. I wonder if we'll do a podcast today, a KopTalk podcast. That'd be good. It's nice weather outside, guys. Absolutely, it's turned out nice again. Yeah, it's turned out nice again. Okay then, right, I'll sign off. Thanks to those of you that came to the stream on Saturday. Thanks to those of you that are channel members. Thanks to those of you that support the stream. Thanks to those of you that are KopTalk VIP members or podcast patrons. You guys are amazing. You are the squad. You are my squad. That's right. And I need you guys, honestly. Without you guys, I won't be here. It's very true. Very true. And if you want to support me, you please read the video description below. The more support I get, the more content I can churn out. And that's true because, like the last, through the international break, there wasn't really much to talk about, and then I think to myself, right, well, I'm going to have to focus on this. I have to focus on other things to try and to earn a crust, And I don't like doing that. I'd rather be churning out videos and doing all this stuff with you guys, So if you support me, I'd sit here all day. I'd be live all day, mate. But that's the thing. I'm going to finish this tea and I've got to go and... Come on. I know who my family are. The video description, read it. And we'll be back later. I'll be back later. Ooh, what am I having for my dinner today? What am I having for dinner? I'm having an omelette, aren't I? And it's important, isn't it, guys? You need to know these things. I'm having an omelette. Now, you see, when I do an omelette, I do 3 eggs. And I have salchichas, which is sausages. Sausages. Sausage. I used to do that with Rodders all the time. Some of you guys won't know who Rodders is. Sausages. Chop up the sausages. I've got a little bit of cheese in, right? And they're like little hot dog sausages, and it gives it a real nice flavour in the omelette. And then we put a bit of cheddar in, right? But I mean, when I say cheddar, I don't mean that like really soft stuff. I mean like cheddar that when you have it, it's so mature that you go, like that, right? I melt that down, guys. And listen, right? And what I do is, so you put the eggs in. First of all, right? Listen. DKB, honestly, people say to me, "Do some more cooking videos." Can you believe that? Right? So we do, and you got to do it in butter, a bit of butter, not oil, right? And then what you do is you chop up your little sausages, right? You put them in, right? So they're cooked a bit. I see I'm drooling already. Mix it up, the eggs and that, like smash, right? Put them in. Put all the little chopped up sausages at one side of the pan though, right? Because if you spread it around the pan and then you flip it over like half and half, right? It all falls to pieces. So put all your sausages at one side of the pan, right? Then put your egg stuff in, right? Right, and then you get your cheddar cheese, but it's got to be extra mature cheddar, right? Chop a bit off, put it in a cereal dish, in microwave, right? Melt that, and then you can scoop out the melted stuff, right? And it leaves behind all the grease and fat in the thing. You're cutting out all that. Like, so obviously you can see, I'm a prime example of reducing fat from a diet, right? And then you put the melted cheese on top of the sausages, right? And then you close it, and it's nearly ready. It's mint. How long is it till dinner time? Oh, it's only an hour. All right then. Let me know what you think.